What's up guys, Rampage here again bringing you today's question of the day. And for today's question of the day, I'm going to be asking you guys, if you were about to embark on a journey into the Sinnoh region, what would your Pokemon be? And your choices are Chimchar, Piplup, and Turtwig. Now for me, this one's kind of hard because I think about all the 4th gen starters, kind of the same. I don't really like one over the other. But if I had to choose, I'd probably pick Chimchar just because it evolves into Infernape. Infernape's pretty badass. It's a cool monkey, and who doesn't want a cool monkey? So leave your answers in the comments below, and let's get started with the battle. What's up guys, Rampage here again bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Here we got a really long but really great UU match against some guy called TheBlueDaf that I found off of Skype. He hit me up on Skype asking for a battle, and I'm like, well, let's do a UU battle, and he was like, okay. So that's how we did that, and let's look at the teams now. I'm using the team with my Nasty Plot Mew that I like so much, and he's using a Swampert and a Bronzong on his team. They were both OU not too long ago, but they recently been moved down to UU. So this should be quite interesting. So without further ado, let's get started with this battle. I'm going to lead off with my Registeel, and I was so close to pressing Stealth Rocks. But then I saw the name on his Swampert, thinking that this might be more offensive, and I also saw that he had Bronzong, meaning that his Bronzong could have set up the rocks, meaning his Swampert could have been offensive, of course. So I'm just going to switch out into Shaman, and then I'm going to go for the Leech Seed, predicting his switch out. Unfortunately, I missed, so I'm going to have to go for it again the next turn, and he's going to hit me with an Air Slash, but I am going to be able to hit the second Leech Seed on his Togekiss. So I can stall this thing out if he wants to do that stupid flinching Parahax shit on me, so I don't have to worry about that too much. So I'm going to switch on to my Registeel, knowing I can take a Thunder Wave if he wants to do his stupid para-flinching hacks. I can take it all day since I do have him Leech Seeded. And besides, I do want to get my rocks up because rocks are the most important move in the game, and I can limit his Togekiss switching. So that's what I'm going to do, as he's going to switch back out into a Swampert, which I don't want to take a hit from. So I'm going to switch out into my Milotic because this is my defensive Milotic, so I should be able to take a hit from this thing. And he's just going to opt to go for the superpower. Does almost half, so I'm pretty sure that this thing is choice banded now. I'm definitely sure that this thing is choice banded, seeing as though he keeps switching in and out after a move. So yeah, so now I'm going to go for the Scald on his switch out. I did want to go for the Toxic in case he wanted to go out in the Kingdra, fearing that his Kingdra is a sub Dragon Dance set, but I knew he had Bronzong and Toxic was too risky, so I'm just going to go for the Scald. Fortunately for me, I do get the burn on his Bronzong. His Bronzong isn't physical, as you'll see later on though, so it doesn't really matter on the physical side. Well, on his offensive side, it doesn't really matter, but it does matter with the residual damage. So anyway, I'm just going to go for the Scald again after he sets up rocks, and now he's going to go for the Toxic. Not worried about that too much because my Shaman does have aromatherapy, so I could get rid of the Toxic. But I just want to take out his Bronzong now. So I'm going to switch out into my Registeel actually and not go for the Scald with my Milotic. Just because if I left my Milotic in to go for a Scald, he can bring out his Kingdra and set off on me. That's what I was fearing. But if I take out his Bronzong with my Registeel, I don't really have to fear that much. So that was my thought process there. But he's actually going to switch out into his Swampert. He's playing really conservative, trying to save his Bronzong. It's fine, but now that that lets me know how he's playing, so I can predict a little bit easier and all that good fun stuff. So now he's going to go for the superpower as I switch on the Shaman. I'm hoping I can live this because my Shaman is max defense, and I am able to live it, which is great, and I can scare him out easily with the Seed Flare. But I'm actually going to go for the aromatherapy on his switch out, knowing that he will want to switch out, knowing he doesn't want to lose his Swampert just yet because it is that good HP, and it is his choice band, a heavy hitter, so I knew he wouldn't want to, oh my gosh, I can't even talk. I knew he wouldn't want to leave his Swampert in to die. So he's going to bring out his Bronzong, his Death Ball. I thought that's what he used his Bronzong for later on. So I am able to take out his Bronzong now with the Hidden Power Fire. And he's going to bring out his Togekiss now. Not trying to BS. I'm just going to go for the Seed Flare. I mean, not Seed Flare, Leech Seed. And he's actually going to go for the T-Wave, which is fine by me because I will get Lefty's recovery and I will get Leech Seed recovery. So Shaman actually will be, pretty useful still. And it was funny because we were talking on Skype and he was so angry because my Shaman wouldn't die. Like he had like freaking 10 chances to kill this thing, but it just wouldn't die. It was hilarious. So anyway, I'm going to switch out into my Mew, and he's also going to switch out into his Heracross. Not a good matchup for me, so I'm definitely going to have to switch out. I'm going to go out into my own Heracross just to try and take the Mega Horn, and he's actually going to go for the close combat. It does the same amount as Mega Horn would have, so that probably wasn't the best move. I don't know what I was thinking there. But now I'm going to switch out into my into what is this thing called? To my Shaman as Deathfather, just because I want to get a safe switch out into my Arcanine so I could extreme speed his Heracross. But he's actually also going to switch out into his Togekiss, and of course I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed again, not trying to BS, trying to get some damage or health back, so that's cool. And he's going to go for the Fire Blast. Unfortunately for him, misses, and that was, that was one of the things I was talking about, not being able to kill off my Shaman, which is very hilarious. Well, not really, but it was funny on Skype. It was funny during the moment, so yeah. So now I'm going to switch out into my Registeel, as he's just going to go for the Roost. I kind of knew he was going to go for the Roost, so that's why I went out in the Registeel. When I could have just stayed in with Shaman, but I don't have anything to hit his Togekiss with Shaman. Like, hitting Power Fire wouldn't do too much, so that's why I decided to switch. And now I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave just so I can try and do the Iron Head Paraflinch hacks, kind of like the same thing he does with Air Slash, but different a little bit. So, except he's going to go out in the Swampert to take the Thunder Wave. So now I'm just going to go out into my Milotic to take the move, because I know that Milotic can. And he's going to go out into his Heracross. I'm just going to go for the Protect just to get a little bit of Lefty's recovery back. And now he's going to go out in the Raikou, which is fine by me, because I believe I'm just going to go for the Scald. Nope, I thought I went for the Scald Protect in his close combat with Heracross, but that's not the case. We're both going to switch out. He goes out into his Raikou. I go out into my Registeel. He's going to go for the Vault Switch, which is fine by me because now I'm able to see that his Raikou is Life Orb. I know that this thing is not Scarf, like the Raikous that I usually carry. So I don't have to worry about that. And I now know that my Heracross can outspeed and take it out with close combat. So that's fine. Good information is good. And he's going to go out into his Togekiss, go for the Air Slash. And right here I'm actually going to go for the Thunder Wave, thinking that he was going to Roost. But he actually just goes for the Air Slash, trying to get the flinch. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it, which is, sucks for him. Now I'm just going to go for the Iron Head. And this is kind of funny to me when it happened, because I actually flinched him. And he's the Togekiss, with the Serene Grace. So I kind of thought that was a little bit funny. So anyway, now he's going to go out into a Swampert, and I'm just going to go for the Seismic Toss just to try and take out the Togekiss. But, like I said, he switched out in the Swampert. So he's going to use his Togekiss as Death Bother, most likely, seeing as though he can't live the rocks. So now I'm going to switch out in the Shaman, just as Death Bother, thinking he might go for the Superpower. But he actually goes for the Earthquake, and I am able to live that, and I'm just going to try and take out his Swampert now with the with the Seed Flare. But he's going to switch out into his Togekiss, his Death Water, so he can probably get a safe switch out into his Heracross, I would think. So no, he's actually going to go out into his Raikou. I'm just going to leave Shaman in just to try and hit this Raikou with damage. He's going to go for the Hidden Power, most likely Ice because, pseudo Bulk Beam. And yeah, so I'm not worried about that now since I have a safe switch into my Heracross. And I can just go for the close combat. But he's going to go out into his own Heracross. And I'm just going to go for the close combat. I know Heracross resists, but it's not bulky at all. So I was hoping that I might be able to take it out, but I don't. So I'm going to switch out into my Milotic now. And I'm hoping I could take 2 hits. He's going to go for the close combat. And it's going to do quite a lot. But I'm thinking after the Protect with Lefties, I might be able to live another one and then go for the Recover. But he's not dumb. He's going to predict that. Go out into his Raikou. Which is fine, it's fine by me because I am going to be able to get more Lefties recover overall. So I'm just going to go for the Protect here, and he's going to go for the T-Ball. Now, I was hoping that he might go for the Vault Switch, but, he doesn't. He's going to go for the T-Ball. I'm going to go out into my Registeel now because I know I can take one of those. Or I can take a few of those, actually, because Registeel is specially defensive bulky. And I can just try to take this thing out with a Seismic Toss. So he's going to hit me with one more Thunderbolt, and now it looks like he's under 100 HP, so I'm just going to go for the Seismic Toss. And now I don't have to deal with this Raikou anymore because it's dead, so that's cool. Well, it's technically not dead, it's fainted, but I always call them dead, so yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to leave my Registeel in as Death Bother and go for the Seismic Toss, but I outspeed, which, I was kind of surprised. I thought that Swampert might outspeed me because it is offensive, but I'm not able to take him out, and now his Swampert's at so low HP, he's not even going to switch out as I go out into my Arcanine. Just go for the extreme speed, take him out. I didn't want to go for the close combat. It didn't really matter which move I went for, but I didn't want to go for the close combat just because I didn't want to get the defense drops yet. So now I'm going to go for the close combat on his Kingdra, and he's actually not a Dragon Dancing Kingdra like I thought he might be. He's actually more specially orientated, and he actually has a life orb. And I keep saying actually, gosh. So anyway, I now know that I can outspeed this Kingdra with my Heracross. I'm just going to go for the close combat, knowing I can take it out. And his last guy is his own Heracross, so it's up to a speed tie right here. Basically, hopefully I win the speed tie, which I do. But actually, it's not a speed tie because after the battle, he reveals that he's adamant and I'm jolly. So yeah. So that was a really good game, TheBlueDaf. I really hope you guys all enjoyed, and if you did, please push that like button. Also leave a comment. I do enjoy reading your comments, and I love interacting with you guys through the comments. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Comment, rate, subscribe, and yeah, peace.